There were no questions off the table in our interview with Interim U.S. Attorney Sigal Chattah. She discussed her priorities for the office, the crime trends she's seeing here in Nevada, and what she thinks of President Donald Trump's pardon for Michelle Fiori.
What are your priorities for this office? Maybe top 3 priorities?
Obviously, to mirror the administration's priorities. Really, Nevada, I think, is the most amazing state to be a prosecutor in. We have everything. We truly, truly have every type of crime, whether it comes to public corruption, whether it comes to human trafficking, whether it comes to narco trafficking. We do have gangs here. We do have MS-13 and TDA and immigration issues.
As far as immigration, there are different interpretations about how the Trump administration is or isn't violating court orders. What is your interpretation?
I view the immigration laws, first of all, the immigration code is fundamentally a legislation. It is law. Okay, when, and this is true to any type of law, okay, whether it's simply DUI laws, okay, the laws are meant to be there for a reason. And the minute that you infuse politics with the law, that's when things become tricky. So, coupled with the fact that the President of the United States has plenary power, okay, under Article 2. So one of the issues that we've got is you're infusing politics, you're taking out Article 2 powers, and you're destroying the law that's on the books. There's no discretion in these types of laws. It's not like, discretion in sentencing. Okay, when you have a law that is clear, that law needs to be applied. And what I think what you've seen through the prior administration is that you've had the law eroded based on politics. And that's how I look at it.
So are you referring to perhaps the judges' politics who are making the decisions? Am I understanding that correctly?
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
How closely are you working with ICE?
Oh, I don't have coffee with them every day. How closely are we working with ICE? They are no different than any other agency that we work with, whether it's HSI, the FBI. We all are part of law enforcement.
What has surprised you about how this office runs, and are you making any significant staffing changes?
I haven't fired one person, not at all. I think what mostly surprised me was there's a fear. There was a fear of, who is this person that is coming in, and what is she going to do to us? Is she going to fire all of us? And that is a fear that was legitimate, because in other offices, that was what you saw.
Should President Trump have pardoned Michelle Fiori?
Again, President Trump has plenary Article 2 powers. I don't have an opinion on that. I have not talked to Michelle for months. I wish her all the best of luck, and, may God protect her.
Is she a friend?
She used to be my friend, yes.
Not anymore.
We haven't talked.
Do you believe she misused that money?
Well, the jury thought so. My belief in that doesn't matter. There was a beyond a reasonable doubt decision.
You could be considered a controversial figure here in Nevada.
Absolutely, yes.
You came under fire for a text message about Aaron Ford saying something like he should be hanged from a crane. It was a personal conversation. You also had tweeted last year, you referred to Jamal Bowman as an anti-Semitic ghetto rat. What would you say to individuals who hear this rhetoric and may think you're racist?
Okay, well, the comment of the personal conversation that I had about Aaron Ford, that's a quote from the movie Red Sea Diving Resort. I just don't know why everybody has taken it to the level that they did. Saying that I'm racist is, look, my mother's Yemenite. I mean, I don't know what to say about that. There's nothing to say. I mean, I'm not racist.
You've used the word trannies, which some people find offensive. Do you feel like in this position you might use more politically correct language and tone language like that down?
In the context of this office, there's a decorum that exists in federal government that does not exist in my private life, okay? In my personal life. If you and I are out for drinks, I'm gonna have a little bit of a different tone than if you and I are here in the office.
What is your status as Republican National Committee woman?
I am on leave as Republican National Committee woman. Completely right now.
Senators Cortez Masto and Rosen said they'll fight your permanent appointment. They refer to you as an extremist. Are you an extremist?
I don't think I'm an extremist. There's no, there's not an extremist bone in my body.
Chattah says in this position, she cannot directly litigate something she misses. Reporting in downtown Las Vegas, Vanessa Murphy, 8 News Now.